and welcome back to another Healing Link remote tuning. I'm Eileen. Today is June the 29th. It's a Tuesday. Today we're going to take a look at the solar plexus, and we're going to look at it from the masculine side of the body, which is the right side, and we're going to also look at it at the feminine side of the body, which is the left side. Before we do that, we're going to quickly put some Palo Santo oil around us so that we can have the highest and the best experience that is remotely possible. Thanks very much to everybody who has shown up today and has shown up in the past. I'm thrilled. Look, there is the Palo Santo again, and the product is from a company called Florahana, and Florahana is quite a lovely company that's based in the south of France. What we're going to do again at the very beginning is we're going to take a few moments to just allow ourselves to breathe into our belly, to allow ourselves to center ourselves, to acknowledge that what we are wanting to do is we want to send our light, our roots, the cord of our spinal column down into the earth, through to the core of the earth, and then right out the other side of the earth. We're going to just shoot that light out so that we are now in space. And imagine, if you will, being able to see the space around our Earth, to see into the galaxies, into our Milky Way, into the planetary systems, into the constellations, the stars, the distant planet, the moon over there. And as we are here for this absolute split second of time in our imaginations, we are also able to understand and acknowledge that the stardust is attracted to us, and it comes in through our legs, up in through our white light of self, through that root, through that spinal column shaft of light, and then ka-shing, right up into the earth, right back up to the chair we were sitting in, and then straight out the top of our heads. Kabang! Up to the sun. Up to the great battery that gives us the life that we have. Thank you very much. And now we're bringing the light in from the sun. At the same time, we're bringing the stardust up from our feet. And when we exhale from our left side. We are discharging the spent energy that no longer serves us. Throughout this entire remote tuning, please exhale often, frequently. And now we're going to start with the left side. We're going to start with the right side. We're going to start with the male side of the body. What we have in front of us is like one of those hand jobs. Sorry. What we have in front of us is a barbell, and I'm pretending that is our bodies, and the little sticker that is in front of the barbell. There you see that little guy. That is the center of our body. That's our solar plexus. Our solar plexus is the midpoint. It is the place upon which the diaphragm circles our entire trunk. It's the center of the body. It's the place whereupon if we were struck with a javelin and we could be pinned to the wall. But we know all of that. Okay, I'm here at this place, and it feels like this is where we need to start. So I'm considering that this was halfway of our, no, not even, 5 years ago, let us say. 5 years ago. The relationship with our Father is the information that comes to us through the solar plexus, or to whomever we consider our Father is. And the relationship, and the emotional signature that we're looking at is anger. Okay. So it's right here that we want to be able to focus on. You might consider whereupon you, in the last 5 years, there would have been a place where you were not able to express your anger. We know something about anger. We know that anger is not an emotion to dampen down, to sit on. We know that it is an incredibly vital thing that has to have an expression. We also know that this can be a very difficult thing to do. Yeah. What we also know about anger is that if it is unexpressed, it can be dampened down by sugar. So we feed it as opposed to releasing it. Chinese medicine allows us the information that anger is held in our liver. We know this to be a truth. It also affects our gallbladder. Oh, it affects our kidneys. Pardon me, it affects our adrenal system, our fight or flight mode, the ability to sleep, the ability to produce cortisol. The ability to speak out. The ability to have what we hold fast heard. There's plenty of anger to go around, folks. Plenty of anger. Yikes. Here's the ticket with the anger for the Father. The anger on this side. The anger that we could be experiencing could be generationally produced. Could be the anger that our fathers had felt. Our fathers were unable to express. It could be the angers of our grandfathers. It could be, in fact, the anger of our ancestor. What is to be done? Well, what we are doing right now is we are soothing out those waves of contraction or depletion. If we think about the electromagnetic waves that emanate around our body, that are attached to the various emotional signatures of our lives, and that are created through our trauma, be it our personal trauma and or our ancestral trauma, we wind up inadvertently, or maybe covertly, acting from those places, immediately, knee-jerkly, in a fashion that sometimes surprises us. So what we are doing is that we're allowing the wave form of our body, of the emotional signature of anger, and relationship with our Father to be recalibrated. The sound of the fork bounces off of our sound from the wave. And the wave recalibrates itself. It soothes itself. It goes from being, static, fizzy, depleted, to something like this, something that you're hearing right now. To being coherent, a tone of beauty. Yeah, not like that. This needs work. Here's what we need to be able to do. We need to be able to express our anger. It's as simple as that. But we need to be able to recognize that the expression of our anger is not the absolute be-all and end-all. It's not the finality of our expression. Just because I get angry doesn't mean I don't love you. Just because I get angry does not mean that I don't hear what you're saying. Just because I get angry doesn't mean that I'm not sorry. Just because I'm angry doesn't mean that I don't care. I care, and I am angry. I'm angry, and I care. I am angry, and I don't understand why I am angry. So I have to be able to express myself in order to articulate the why I feel this way. I like that. I'm just going to check. Is that enough for this side? Okay, cool beans. We're going on to the feminine side now. The feminine side of the solar plexus. So that would be the left side of our body. This has to do with, of course, relationship with your mother. The relationship with your mother and the feeling of powerlessness. Ooh la. Oh man. So what does that mean? That means being taken advantage of. That means being let down. Powerlessness, being taken advantage of, being let down. How can we survive? How have we possibly survived up to now? Once more, let us consider that the depletion of energy and the congestion of energy that we experience as the fork comes into contact with the emotional waves of our body, gives us a great opportunity to be able to just retune this part of ourselves, enabling us to acknowledge when we get angry, and now acknowledge when it is time to be angry, and acknowledge that, you're going to let it out. And acknowledge that at times in our lives, we have had very weak boundaries. The boundaries around us that enable us to be taken advantage of, to be bullied, to be pushed around, to feel powerless with our mothers, to have all of that being subjected, forced onto us, made to endure. Made to endure because for one reason or another, from one generational disadvantagement on top of another, we were given mothers who at time were unable to control their anger, but would not allow us to express ours. All right. I think that's all that has to be said about this. Is that all that has to be said about the mother on this side? Okay. I know. Thank you, Mother. I know. All right, so we're just going to column that side, column this side. I'd like you to imagine, if you will, that your solar plexus is full of yellow light, and that it is mighty strong. It's as bright as the candle flame beside me. It is as bright as the sun. And this is where you move from. And this is where we are able to create strong boundaries, where we are able to say what we feel, to express our anger, and to express ourselves. I'd like to thank you very much for participating in this Healing Link remote tuning. Please like, share, subscribe, add a comment, and let me know what you think of it all. All the very best, everybody. Speak to you again but soon. Thank you.